we are back with another video. Before we get into the video, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Now, it has been reported that Cardi B might be teasing a documentary. And there has been clips of her kind of filming herself with her kids, her day-to-day, her doing basically the album, reciting lyrics that Partisan Fontaine wrote. So allegedly, the documentary will be coming out soon. Not only that, she will be subliminally throwing shots in the documentary about certain female rappers that she do have beef with. JT, Bia, okay, because she do shots at them in the album, so she gonna obviously be talking somewhat about that, and she might even mention, subliminally Nicki Minaj, her beef with her. She gotta make the documentary interesting, because I don't think people care about her day-to-day with her kids like that. No shade. So she gotta talk about something interesting, and I think the only thing that's interesting about Cardi B is all the beefs that she has. Okay, in my opinion. I don't care about really her being with Stefan Diddy, because that ain't gonna last. Okay, I know that's for the now, but that ain't gonna last. Her being knocked up. She's been knocked up 4 times already. It also has been reported that allegedly she gave birth. That's what they're saying in the streets. But we don't really know. And then, I just feel like people are waiting to see her and Nicki Minaj come face to face. And word on the curb is that when she do come face to face with Nicki, she will be pressing her. Okay, the Met is in May of 2026. I wouldn't be shocked if Nicki Minaj goes. But they gonna need big security, because it's gonna be Cardi B and Nicki Minaj. And last time Cardi B went to an event and she was upset at Nicki, she threw a shoe. So to basically stand up for her kids, because that's the excuse that she's giving, she is ready to press Nicki Minaj. And a lot of fans are hoping that she press Nicki. I see a lot of fans saying, oh, I can't wait to the Met. I can't wait till Cardi B sees Nicki Minaj. It's going to be so interesting. I think people are only doing that because they think like Nicki Minaj is going to get jumped. Okay. And a lot of fans feel like she don't have her protector, Ra Ali, who gave Cardi B that knot. She don't got Ra Ali no more. So let me know how y'all feel about it. I feel like it would be kind of tacky to throw anything or try to fight at the Met, but we know Cardi B is a ghetto ratchet person, and she gets away with it because she's not black. If it was Dolce versus Nicki Minaj or Megan Thee Stallion versus Nicki at the Met, they would be reprimanded and probably banned. Okay. Now, the last time she threw a shoe was at the Harper Bazaar event, not the Met, but it still is a tacky way to show that you haven't, some sort of beef with somebody. Put it in the music. You could have dropped a diss track, but you don't write, so that's why. Now, unfortunately, a lot of delusional fans are calling out C0PIES, saying that she's copying Megan Thee Stallion. She dropped a music video for her song No Reason that was shot in Japan. And a fan said after Megan's Mamushi song, I ain't seen a trend of all these female rappers going to Asia and making music there or collaborating with Asian artists now. Mind you, those past couple of years prior, it was Afrobeat and Latino music and collaborations. Another fan said, Megan really the blueprint of these new rap girlies, okay? Here's my thing. I don't think C0PIES was trying to copy Megan Thee Stallion. Megan ain't the blueprint for nothing because she don't sell. How is she the blueprint when at least Sexy Red can go top 10 or top 20 by herself, okay? The song Get It Sexy, that was a solo record, and it went top 20, top 15 by herself last year. The only time Megan can do that is when she's dissing Nicki Minaj. Okay, and if Nicki Minaj gives her attention. If Nicki Minaj ignores her like she did with the Whenever record, is bubbling under. So let's not act like Megan Thee Stallion is really that girl. Y'all only support her on social media. I don't feel like anybody is rushing to work with Asian artists. Of course, a lot of black artists work with Blackpink and BTS, But that's because Asian artists be asking, okay? Those Korean artists be asking to work with the Doechis and the Scratch-Offs and the Nicki Minaj's. And you know what I'm saying? It's not the black artists reaching out, okay? Because a lot of those Korean artists, they want to be a part of black culture. So it has nothing to do with Megan Thee Stallion. Stop it, okay? Megan Thee Stallion is not as successful as y'all be pushing on social media, okay? Y'all only do that on social media, but her song is dropping on the charts. It's going down from 39 to number 82, okay? And y'all saying, oh, everybody copies Megan. Why would anybody want to copy a flop? Stop, okay? Let's come back to reality. Now, moving on from that, Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion's WAP has now sold over 10 million units in the U.S., so congratulations to Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B on this. Let me know if you guys believe that this is a classic or a cultural reset for hip-hop, for female rap. Okay, so let me know how y'all feel about this in the comments. Now, moving on from that, Riri, Queen Bee, Camel Face, Mario were all at the Brandy and Monica concert. Let me know if you guys have went. I have not went to see Brandy and Monica, but a lot of people have been going and supporting their tour. Now, as we know, Kelly Rowland is opening up for Brandy and Monica, so that's why Queen Bee was there. You know, we saw Rihanna interact with Brandy and Monica, and even though Camel Face was in close proximity to Rihanna, like I heard that there was times where he was kind of like right next to her, allegedly Rihanna and Queen Bee barely interacted. That's what the streets are saying, that they barely interacted. That's what they're saying behind the scenes. Now, we all know Rihanna and Queen Bee probably will never be the best of friends. Let's just be honest. You know, they will never be the best of friends. And, you know, there's always been rumors about Rihanna and Queen Bee and Camel Face, and, you know, Rihanna allegedly sleeping with Camel Face, even though they both denied it. But I'm hoping that maybe in 2027, 2026, we would finally get a Rihanna and Queen Bee collaboration. I feel like that's what the culture would really want, okay? I don't know if Queen Bee would really help Rihanna, because I don't feel like Rihanna has the steam. I think she has a lot of hype on social media, but I feel like if Rihanna really drop, I don't think the numbers are going to really gag the way y'all think it is. Okay, I see some people say she's going to do 800, 900,000 first week. That's never going to happen for Rihanna. Never. I definitely feel like a single could drop and she would go number one, but I feel like the hype is really more so on social media than it is in real life. But I'm hoping one day that they will work together or do some sort of collaboration. I would be here for it. Okay, I feel like it's time. It's time for them to work together. Rihanna is basically retiring. Queen Bee is heading towards that too. So I feel like before they both retire, we need a Riri and Queen Bee collaboration. Let me know how y'all feel about it. Now, Musty Walker finally revealed the features on her album. The album is dropping this Friday. Let me know if you guys are going to listen. Now, at table 1, she got Jeremiah, Twizzler Hair, 1985, John Baptiste, Terrence Martin. Table 2, she got Troy Taylor, Brian Michael Cox, The Dream, Cook Harrell. I think he works with Rihanna in Devil Nation. Ant Clemens, okay. That probably is the table of producers. I feel like table 2, those are the producers and writers. Table 3, Montel Fish, Anderson Paak, Sailor, Gorilla, Sexy Red. Table 4, Scratch Off, Bryson Tiller, Teddy Swims, Chris Breezy, 21 Below Average. Table 5, Mariah the Scientist, Brent Vias, Nene Leakes. What the hell is Nene Leakes doing on this album? Nyjah, Slim Wave, Mona Leo, okay? Let me know how y'all feel about it. I'm interested to see some of these collaborations, but I feel like she got too many people. Like, we don't need you and Lil Yachty making any songs. Like, come on now. Stop. Like, you just have people on there that don't need to be on here. Lil Yachty, Teddy Swims, and 21 Below Average could easily go. Easily. Okay? And I just feel like she got too many rappers on this album. It's supposed to be an R&B album. Where is Kalani? Where is SZA? Where is Jhené Aiko? I feel like she got too many people on this album. I get some of these people may be writers, but I feel like she got too many people. It's too many unnecessary collaborations. So the album better hit. That's all I know. And how many sales do you think she's going to do first week? Now, that's the real hot tea. I don't think she's going to do 2. Well, she might do 2. She might do 2, but I really think she's going to do 150. In my opinion, I think that is going to be around the 150 mark for Musty Walker, or less than that, in my opinion. Now, we have to get into this hot tea. The Daily Mail reports that Zendaya and Sydney Sweeney are in a bitter feud over differences in their political beliefs. Now, Sydney Sweeney and Zendaya are both on the show Euphoria. Obviously, Zendaya is the main character. She plays Rëdd. And a new season is coming out in 2026. Allegedly, Zendaya is reportedly refusing joint interviews and red carpet photos with Zendaya while promoting Euphoria. Okay, so that's what the streets are saying. I don't fully believe this. Now, does Zendaya like Sydney Sweeney? No. I got the real tea on why she don't like Sydney Sweeney on Patreon. But I don't think she's going to sabotage the show just because she doesn't want to do interviews with Sydney Sweeney. She's a producer on the show. She's not just the actor on the show that won 2 Emmys. She's actually credited as a producer on the show. So if there's tension between cast and the fans notice it, sometimes it could turn the fans off and the show or movie could become unsuccessful. Remember, Taraji was calling out Oprah for The Color Purple? And then The Color Purple ended up flopping. Okay? Because people were focusing on the drama. Same thing with Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni. Stuff like this could affect how people perceive the show. And I already feel like people are not going to watch the show because of Sydney Sweeney anyway. Her latest movie, I think the movie is called Christie, which Sydney Sweeney is starred in, had one of the worst opening weekends of all time for a movie release in 2,000 plus theaters. Okay? So it did terrible at the box office. I don't know if it got bad reviews or not, but people are boycotting Sydney Sweeney because of her political views. Okay? Which is her fault because she had the opportunity to clarify a lot of things and she wouldn't. So now it's taking a toll on her business. But as regards to why Sydney Sweeney and Zendaya don't like each other, it has a lot to do with financial reasons, not necessarily because of political views. I got the real tea behind that on Patreon. I don't think Zendaya is going to be very catty towards Sydney Sweeney and be like, oh, I don't want to do red carpets with her. I don't think that she'll hang out with Sydney Sweeney. I definitely don't believe she likes Sydney Sweeney. Let's get that straight. But Zendaya is a professional. Okay, she's been in the industry way longer than Sydney Sweeney, and she knows how to behave when she don't really like somebody. Okay, she's a very classy person behind the scenes and in public. So I definitely don't see her going out of her way to do stuff like that for the sake of the show. But there's truth to her not liking Sydney Sweeney. But there's a lot of people that don't. And it's obvious why. Like, let's just be honest. She comes off like a little bit narcissistic, in my opinion. Like, she doesn't read the room very well. And when you're dealing with somebody that doesn't have emotional intelligence or doesn't know how to read the room or sympathize with other people are going through, then of course you're not going to be likable. Now, moving on from that, it has been reported that JT has gotten 2 new RIAA certifications. Congratulations to JT on that. A lot of people be hating on JT. I feel like it's easy to hate on JT because she's not necessarily a pushover. She doesn't allow people to bully her. But with that being said, OK is platinum and Sideways are gold. So congratulations to JT. I feel like this is a W for JT because it's not really like she gets like a big push. You know, people try to clown JT's numbers, but it's not like she gets a big push. And let's also not forget, JT's doing these numbers without Carisha. Okay? I feel like the City Girls were holding JT back. And that's one of the reasons why young Pissy Face, young Toilet Seat, Carisha feels some type of way towards JT because JT was able to kind of do music and have some success on it. I mean, she's not like, you know, going top 10, top 20 all the time, or even charting most of the time, but neither is Scratch Off or Ice Spice. So I feel like people always call out JT's numbers, call out Ice Spice and Scratch Off numbers. Okay, especially the fact that they be sleeping with athletes and rappers all the time and still can't chart. Okay, JT been in one relationship for what? How many years? 5 years or so, and the person's not married. Unlike Scratch Off, who had to pimp out her sister to Champagne Thickums to get a collaboration, JT's not doing anything like that. So I respect JT's hustle. So let me know how y'all feel about it. I got some very hot tea on Sydney Sweeney, Zendaya, Haley, and Selena's issue behind the scenes. Taylor, Nicki on Patreon. Link will be in the description. I hope you guys have a great day.